Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Shout out to Artist of Recovery this morning. Yeah, I didn't see the thing about the NFL. I'm just kind of reacting to a few other things that are happening these days. There was an art. Who am I? Well, I am the griever named John Weaver, which is me. It's 1:47 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the 11th of April, 2024. It is Thursday, boys and girls, and tax time is coming upon us, and I still have yet to hear from my tax attorneys. If they're not going to be filing a damn paperwork, I got to be filing it on my own, because it looks like I got no choice but to file my own damn taxes. I had to gather a hell of a lot of material for it, uh, just to do the damn paperwork. So, I don't know if Tax Rights is going to do it or not. Yes, I plugged them a little bit. Besides that, uh, still reeling what happened yesterday. I think the shock and awe has worn off. Now I'm waiting for management to do something. Or maybe not. But it means I also still need to do something in this house, too. In this apartment. I have to get traps. Since Orkin wasn't coming through with their traps all the time that the public needs to get rid of their bug issues, I got to start spending my own money for it because I got no issues. I've got no choice on this thing. I need to get rid of them. It's the cardboard thing that usually folds up as I'm looking for the glue traps. So we gotta get glue traps on those. I could use those. Alrighty. So I need to have that added. Add that to the cart. Oh, no, we're not. Wants me to update just yet. I'm not updating just yet. What I'm looking for is also roach boxes or sticky traps. The ones that you kind of fold. Because I need these traps necessary for these damn bugs. My family at one time tried to keep the bugs at bay. We actually had ants at one time that were looking for water when it got too damn hot. And we would see the piss ants, and we would have to use different techniques, including using boric acid if necessary to keep the damn bugs out of the place. Right now, this place is so damn crawling, it's just pissing me off. So right now, I have to see I can use. Okay, these seems to be the ones that are necessary, so that's in the cart as well. Alright, so right now it's just going to be what? Water filters, traps, and God knows what else I got going on. Right, I have to. Okay, things I have to deal with. And with limited resources I've got right now, I have to spend whatever I got necessary to keep this house running. Water filters for, well, my Brita unit, but then the glue traps are the ones I'm going to be needing to get at this point over here. So, yeah, I got to be using resources that I didn't think I'd be using just to get this going. Because if I don't, I'm in trouble. but I'm already in trouble right now as it is. So, 1 second here, guys, and it's done. Orders are placed, and we'll see what we can do. One thing about Amazon Prime, I've noticed that they always like to do the auto deliveries, and every other place that I happen to deal with electronic payments, they're always doing the auto. Like, well, wouldn't it be convenient for you to do this? I mean, it'd be so convenient. Please, let's do this convenient. Please, you must give me all the information necessary to help you. Please, I want to have control and power over the situation in order to help you, you helpless mortal. You pathetic human, don't you understand? My algorithms are better than yours. You will let me help you. Okay, enough of the dramatics. Enough of the dramatics at this point. If you happen to see anything crawling around, don't freak. Bugware's still going on. But this is the reason why I'm getting it for the next couple of days. I gotta deal with these bastards next couple of days. And, the one thing I noticed when I was cleaning things up a bit, made things a little more tidier. Not cluttered around like I was used to. It freaked me out every time I kept seeing the damn bugs getting more and more control, and I just relinquished control to these assholes. No, not this time. Not this time. As soon as I get the first stuff, I'll recalculate my funding again, and then see if I can get more of the traps necessary. Not to mention, if I get any more boxes or something, I need to keep my dog away from different areas that she's not familiar with. I've gotten more pads. I just gotten it like the day before inspection day was. So I got pads to last me another 3 weeks, hopefully. She's having issues trying to stay. You know, if she wants to go outside, I have to keep her outside longer for her to do her business because she gets overexcited. I mean, she really does. She thinks she's more of an out-of-control puppy. I don't know what's going on with this damn dog, but she scares me sometimes. And in the middle of the night, she'll be crying for my name. She's got a whine. She's got a tone I respond to. So besides that, this is what's happening this morning here. To the one of the articles I was talking about concerning, the woman stabbing her boyfriend and then going on a spree, tries to kill her kids and kills herself in the process. Apparently, with the running the car full speed into a tree, that was supposed to be self-inflicted right there. Passed away upon impact. But what was being told by the public is this woman had her own astrology guru thing going on Twitter. She would read people's horoscope. She was quite the popular lady, too. But it didn't explain what caused her to go psycho. I'm making the assumption because we don't have that much information coming. Yes, there was a hell of a lot of yelling and screaming happening in that apartment. Now we get that over here, too. But we don't get the police in force out here or sheriff's department. Simply put, we haven't got the damn manpower for it. Roseman is so out screwed up right now, it's not even funny. So I'm going to jump into the Roseman side of things here. For about a year and a half, I think, roughly in that time period, Caltrans has had projects trying to improve our traffic flow by making it miserable as hell, constricting areas when they're trying to widen other areas, and because of major construction projects we've got happening in our territory, traffic has even become worse and worse. They were trying to improve they're trying to improve the traffic around our own off ramps and on ramps, and it really made our traffic hell. What's even worse is some of the areas we need to get through to get out of Rosemont, in and out, efficiently enough, or even through it. We can't even do that because we're so constricted. Traffic's becoming worse and worse when it comes down for Edwards Air Force Base. They can't get in and out as easily enough because of the set hours that the Caltrans is working on. Some of the projects are in the business hours. So naturally, we got people trying to get to their kids. Can't get them out of there in time. Buses are also running late. Um, Delivery services, not to mention bus transportation we got around here, all tied up because of this Caltrans projects they've got going on. They say that they're overseeing a bunch of projects in our region concerning about Kern, Bakersfield area, and then Los Angeles market. Well, we're bordering on the Los Angeles market right now as it is. So I don't know how we're going to be doing that one. But they're pissed. It's gotten to the point where if you don't have a 4x4 to get around this place easily enough, then you're going to be dealing with a hell of a lot of car issues, especially when you're trying to get in and out of here because of some of the dirt roads we have out here. Now, I do this from time to time, and I'm going to do this again. So if you folks would like to go to Google Maps, and turn on your program there, I will show you something. Just look at it at the street level. Don't go for the terrain just yet. But just look at the street level. In my territory that I'm in, I'm on the edge of Edwards Air Force Base. In this section here, we have several small side streets in the area to go north and south. United has this one area where if you travel past Rosemont Boulevard and continue onward, you'll eventually be able to hit a place to get past. Somehow right towards, theoretically, on Avenue C. Almost right near Sierra Highway to get the hell out of here. I think I talked about this one a great deal. The chatter was online, as people are still having an issue trying to get past A in order to get over to Sierra Highway. And, well, they can't get over to Sierra Highway because the overpass is not there. Actually, we do have an overpass for C. Okay. I'm going to get into the satellite images on Google Maps. Now, granted, these things are a couple of years old, but they still give me a visualization of what I'm looking for and how bad our traffic situation is. Because there's a lot of closures in this area. Apparently, they've got the road closed for Avenue A. We're talking about between Sierra Highway all the way to the 14 freeway. The on-ramp to get over there is a pain in the ass because they can't do it. Even how to get to some of the businesses we have over here, they're going to be suffering like crazy because there's no easy access from Sierra Highway. There sure as hell ain't no easy access from the 14 freeway. I'll be sending a copy of this damn thing over to the people in both counties here, thanking them for trying to screw us over one way or another, or trying to suffocate the damn town. They're going to give us a solar power array. Okay, fine. But then the traffic that Caltrans is ruining at this point, we can't get out and in of this of our town. So basically, Sierra Highway is going to be the only place necessary, or 60th, to get through areas. And it's going to be a pain in the ass for those of us that depend upon public transportation. And Kern County Transit, or Kern Transit, is supposed to be one of those public transportation. They're even having issues concerning about circumnavigating areas. I'm going to show you back further into the town, okay? Now I want you to go back over to Roseman and Sierra Highway. All right. West side. Oh, she must be obeyed as up. My dog is awake. West side of the Sierra Highway, the major street light we have is 20th. Okay? Get to Roseman and 20th. Give it a second. What are you doing up so early, Ma? That's my dog for you. Okay. Go down 20th. Till you get to an area where it looks like there's actually on Orange and 20th. Senior Center, but there's also a transportation hub. In this area here is where we pick up the Route 100 and Route 250 of Kern Transit. This is also an area where a Dial-A-Ride, which is part of Kern Transit, would transport seniors to and from, and other people. Normally, on this area, they would have to, the bus drivers would have this option of going to A, southbound, get over to A, cross over, just get into the 14 freeway and just get the hell out of there. But because they got A blocked off from 20th all the way to Sierra, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to get in that area. No way. The only recourse that they have is try to go back over through Roseman Boulevard. Problem is, Roseman Boulevard is going to have issues in that area because that is the only major hub, but they're still having traffic issues trying to get onto their off-ramps because they start shutting them down. So the other option is taking Sierra or going over to 60th. They've basically shut off Roseman itself. Because we have the construction happening north on the freeway between here and Mojave, traffic is down to one lane both directions. For small towns like us, we depend upon our open roads. We depend upon them heavily at this point over here for emergency services, for getting to and from the town itself. But it also jams up the traffic inside. 1 second, please. I gotta see what's going on with my dog. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take care of my dog. Larger communities like Palmdale, Lancaster have many ins and outs to get into their town and out of town. But as I said before, communities like Roseman, who are dependent upon very few roadways in and out of their town, you just can't bottle them up. But they are bottling us up out here and trying to do their road construction that they've got going. Mojave is one of those communities that we're connected to just by the 14 freeway. And they're even having issues getting in and out of places. Sucks. But this is what we're stuck with. We're not Mojave. We're simply a go-through. We're a go-between. We wouldn't be here if Edwards Air Force Base, or actually what it used to be called Muroc Airfield, wasn't there. Roseman would just be maybe an isolated area. But we've expanded a great deal. They wanted more housing for the base. So we had housing for the base. We had housing to have anybody else out here. And I guess over the past 20 some odd years, they also had low income housing being built out here. We're expanding community. We're not expanding enough with the businesses, that's for sure. But the thing is, when they made the planning for this community here, They really didn't think of it thoroughly enough. No, they didn't. Very few areas for this place to get trafficked through. I mean, 14 freeway, one major thing, but Sierra Highway and then 60th are the only areas and the only options right now people can try to getting in and out of this community safely enough anyway. They're still grumbling about it on social media about this. They really are. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to get in and out of this area thoroughly enough or easily enough. Dirt roads for the 4x4s to deal with. But for a regular car, without that kind of option, without those kind of chassis, their only other option is to suck up a hell of a lot of go-go juice to get over to 60th West and then head on down that way to get past Avenue A. Once they get past Avenue A, they can try to find a way to get back over to Sierra Highway or to the 14 freeway. But basically, we're going to be stuck like this for the next, I don't know how long, a few more weeks. Here's the irony of the thing. If I was still going to college for this particular semester, I'd be having a hell of a time trying to get to my damn classes. I would have to pick the earliest times necessary to get on buses, and they're going to be packed. And then transporting on sardine cans to get to and from, and realizing the time to get home is going to be a pain in the ass. Maybe this was a good time for me to stay home for a while. But even that being said, the traffic that's being affected on the on and off ramps of both A and Roseman Boulevard are affecting traffic to and over the hump, as I call it, the freeway overpass, to and from um, areas that I definitely need to get food. Albertsons, a couple of fast food places, but mostly Albertsons I need. It always scared the hell out of me. And bear with me on this one. It always scared the hell out of me if we happen to get into a natural or unnatural disaster. Just how cut off we would be and how difficult, extremely difficult it would be for us to take care of a few things. I remember doing a few videos a long time ago about this one and talking about on audio recordings of how disastrous it would be for my town of Roseman to get cut off by, let's say, a train wreck potentially, or a massive car accident. We already know what it's like to have power outage, not to mention cable, when transformers being hit along Roseman Boulevard from the 14th freeway to the 15th, and how it affects the power throughout the entire community. How screwed up we would be for those who are depending upon power to keep things going. Not to mention, if it was going to be a longer stay, how that would be affecting um, liquor stores in the area that depend upon foot traffic and other traffic coming through. The restaurants would have to shut down entirely. Staffs would have to be laid off, not laid off, but given a day off or two. There'd be nothing for us to generate income, revenue, keep food alive, keep food fresh. We would be having spoilage. If given a prolonged, extended time for Edison to get over here to do whatever they got to do to restore power. Case in point, a few weeks back, we actually had that situation happening when there was power poles knocked down, I guess because of the rain or something. That from United all the way to the signage, or maybe a little bit beyond that, we had the power poles along that stretch of Rosemont Boulevard, closer to Edwards and even on property line, that they affected our power all the way over to the 15th Avenue, 15th West. It was only out for several hours, but even several hours could mean no food, no cold milk. Eggs could last maybe about a day or two. Bread, no problem with that. Well, how about the spoilage in the freezers? If nobody was going into the freezers, they may stand several hours, maybe about 12 if they're lucky enough. And any other kind of food in the refrigerator, as long as if you're going constantly through it, you're losing all the cold air, and then suddenly you've got nothing to keep anything else safe from bacterial contamination, spoilage. I know, I discovered it the hard way too many damn times. That's why in my freezer unit, I'm always having blue ice on a chill, ready to rock and roll. A couple of Eagles ready to go. A couple of bags of frozen water, just in case. Just to keep stuff alive in the refrigerator when we lose power. I use these techniques like crazy. And as long as I didn't open up the freezer all that often, I tried to keep the cold stuff that I needed cold outside or inside the refrigerator with a lot of ice and the blue ice down below, as long as I get the room for it, just to keep them alive. Sometimes I had to rotate. Kept rotating the blue ice and keeping milk alive outside. In the containers, I would have some kind of insulation for them, but not enough. Inside the refrigerator, before I had this new freezer unit, actually refrigerator unit replaced, I actually had an older one that they had here for several years. It worked, but apparently the compressor and other electronic items were shorting out, which screwed up all the temperature in it. It was challenging, but had to deal with what I had to do to keep the food alive and fresh and not spoil as much. That gets me worried. With the traffic situation happening right now in Roseman on the 14 freeway to and from town, the other scenario I had was if we had a train derailment or traffic problems, that would terrify us a bit, right? What if we actually had a train derailment, but we still have power, but now we have an evac situation? I thought about that situation in my head. What the hell would I be doing? Not a damn thing, because there's nothing for me to latch onto to get the hell out of here, that's for damn sure. What if we actually had an earthquake situation that actually made our town obsolete somehow? What do I mean by that? Let's see, no power, no water. Raid cities on the nearby establishments that actually would have water and food. A lot of raiding on those. East side, all the little stores and the major stores would have issues regarding people trying to gather food. I've seen it happen before a few times already. It's not fun. It's 71 earthquake was a nightmare in itself. I was too damn young, but I remember the 94, and that was a complete disaster. That was insane. At least during that time, we actually had a few areas set up for potable water being transported in to San Fernando Valley at certain spots. And people would actually get maybe a few gallons just for their own usage. Even to flush a toilet if you needed to. But there are ways to getting around that one as well. Yes, we have Edwards Air Force Base. We probably would have them coming through to help us out, hopefully. As soon as they get their base assessed, then they would have to go to the communities to find out what the hell they needed in emergency services. But on the traffic situation that we have concerning about modifying the freeways more, there's nothing the military can do. This is all civilian crap. So we're going to have to suffer through this a great deal. And nobody's happy about it. Nobody's happy about this damn thing. How's this for good morning to you guys?